know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea. Excuse me, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like the video, share the video. Most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hey, my member, Sephora. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Virginia. Good morning, all of you guys. As you guys enter, be sure to speak and say good morning, and I will speak back, okay? Because y'all, let's go and trickle in here because it's early. You know, some of y'all might be an hour behind me, so some of y'all might be 9. But for me, it's 10. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Marva, my members. I'm feeling a little better. It's Nikki, not Nikki, my moderator, the best moderator in the business, y'all. I'm feeling better. I am off again today. I did take, hey, Miss Sparkle. I'm feeling a little better, but I still have a fever. So I'm off today and I am going, 7 a.m. in California. So I am going to be taking plenty of fluids today, taking medicine, just resting. But I had to do a video this morning just to stay in the algorithm because we are gaining traction with our numbers. And, you know, sometimes even if you miss a day or so, you can get out of the algorithm. Hey, Christy. So I wanted to come through with a video. And I thought that it would be, I mean, you can still hear it. My nose, I'm a little congested. But this fever just won't go. It just won't go. Say, hell no, we won't go. That fever don't want to go nowhere. And yeah, so hey, Bonita. Hey, good morning, y'all. Give Bonita a round of applause. She is at 16, a little over 16K. She surpassed us. She has surpassed our channel, our numbers. She's going to the top. Okay. I want Bonita sitting up there with Kendall Ray and them. Okay. I want her up there with them millions of views, millions of subs that those true crime reporters over there, the Caucasians, I want her sitting up there with them. So we got to get Bonita where she's going. Everybody go over there and subscribe. Okay. Share, like her videos, run them up. Run them up. We want to see her up there. And so, you know, some people would like, oh, Sweet Pea, she passed you. You know, you, girl, yes. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a hater, girl. Get it. You win, we win. Okay? Like, I'm so excited for her. Like, I love to see that growth. I'm like, girl, get it. Like, I'm so proud. So, girl, no, it is all love over here. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. And you just keep doing it, girl. You're getting better and better. Everything. I watch all your content. I watch all of your videos. I love it. So, yes, you guys, if you have not subscribed to her, please go and check her out. We love her. So, listen, y'all. I was supposed to be doing the conscious community, and Coach is gonna, she can attest to this. This conversation that we're gonna have this morning, I hope I don't lose any subscribers. Hey, Tammy, she's here. Yes. I hope I don't lose any of you guys. And I hope you see where it is that I'm coming from with this live. I was supposed to do a conscious community video. We are going to do that video, but I started getting into it, and something else came up, I think, and I had to do another video. I forget what it was about. Oh no, Tasha K. It was breaking news about her case, so we covered that, and then I did the documentary. Tammy, we're going to be talking about Kanye West and actually the media this morning. But it ties in with the conscious community video that I was going to be doing. This is a very delicate subject because mainstream media does not want us to cover this subject. Mainstream media doesn't want us to speak the truth. Even YouTube will flag your videos, will remove your videos if you put out certain type of content. And that's not by accident. That's all done for a reason. There are messages that mainstream media doesn't want the masses to hear. And people like Kanye West, Candace Owens, that are Black, that when they have a message that is not contrary to, that is not in line with mainstream media or with the quote unquote woke, Black Lives Matter, all these type of things, if it's not in line with that, now they're Trumpers, they're this, they're against Black people, all these things, they will be painted as, that type of person. But the message is not being heard because we're focused on the lie that is being spread, right? Do you even know Candace Owens, who she is? Do we even know who is she? I don't even know who she is. I don't know what she's about. I just know, the media paints her as a Black person that thinks she's white. Like that's just what I'm just going to be honest. I have no clue as to who she is. I don't know what her background is. I don't know what her message is. All I know is she's not supposed to be liked. So we just go and we jump on that. Kanye West, he's coming out with this message about Jays, and we don't hear that about the J media. We don't hear that message. We focus on the George Floyd comment versus what it is that he's at large trying to say, right? So my purpose for the video today, I would like to pose a conversation and pose a question. What's going to happen with Kanye West? What is he ultimately, what is his goal? What is it that he's trying to accomplish? And what do we think is going to be the outcome? Okay. Can you go up against, hey, Renee, Christy, hey, guys, can you go up against a powerhouse? Can you go up against the establishment, even if you are a billionaire? So we're going to get into some things. Now, the conscious community video, I started doing it, right? And I started digging into things, and that video is so complex. It's very complex. There's several different players, several different people that I'm going to be talking about in that video. And I'm torn between whether I want to do a deep dive and have a conversation or whether I want to do a documentary. And I'm kind of thinking that I want to do it as a conversation because there's going to be a lot of questions. People are going to be wanting to, ask about the people that I'm going to be presenting. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do it as a live deep dive instead. I'm going to have a presentation. We will watch it, and then I will give you guys breakdown about these people and who they are and what it is that they bring to our culture as Black people and what it is that we should learn from each of these people and each of these subjects. If you can, you just got to be smart and know how to do it. But that comment should have been left out. Yeah, but Noria, aka my poppy, was set up in place to get him to open up. That's what that was. Now, see, my whole thing is the George Floyd comment. That's going to be a hot button because we saw this with our own eyes. We saw this man's life be taken out with our own eyes, right? But what they want us to, Kanye West and Candace Owens with her documentary, they want us to challenge ourselves to say, is that what we saw? Don't just be fed information and just go with it. Question and challenge things that you see. This is what the message is what they're trying to say, right? But they're trying to pick apart the George Floyd situation, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. There is a lot of things about that I do agree with, that I do think that they're right on the mark with. And then there's some things that I don't agree with, right? But what I am in agreement with is that us as a Black people, we need to come together. We need to break down some of these walls that we have, and we need to come together as a people. Now, these messages that these people like Kanye and Candace, that they want to give to Black people, this is the problem. The reason why those messages are going over people's heads or they're being met with such resistance is because people are not in a position where they can understand and they can accept what is being said to them because they can't see it. They can't understand it. There's a lot at play in our communities. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of division. There's just so much that has to be done within our community before you can even feed them these type of messages. If you do you understand where I'm at? They want us to challenge what has been established in court as fact. CO Doc is not based on fact, right? Her documentary is not based on facts. And I'm not even just saying that, you know what I'm saying? Like that documentary, I wasn't meaning that they want us to, that we should challenge that. What I'm saying is the message as a whole, right? If there's a message that you want to give to a group of people, first of all, there's other things that got to be addressed before you can start talking like that high level. That's just too much for some people. Some people don't even, people like Kanye, Candace Owens, these people, they're so out of touch with reality, right? They're so out of touch with their communities. They have not been in their communities. Hey, Sephora. Hey, Adriana's report. They are so out of touch with the Black community because they have money, they have access, they have, they can just pick up and go to foreign countries. They can just get out of America if they want. They can just go. We are here. We cannot pick up and go. We don't have the same luxuries. We all don't share the same lives. They don't live where we live. They're not subjected to the things we're subjected to. So their minds might be a little bit more open and susceptible to other things, right? They might be. But if there's a message that you're trying to give to a community, there's just a way that you're going to have to do it. And using the Black Lives Matter movement is just not going to be the movement. That's where they're going wrong at. Like, you can't pick a movement and pick situations that are near and dear to people, to their hearts, to what they believe they saw, what they believe that, what they know they saw. You just can't use that. It's just going to be something else, another way that you got to come in there. You can't come in through the Black Lives Matter movement. You just not going, people not going to listen to you. They're not. And do we think that it's been for a reason? And the woke community is full of ish, in my opinion. It just reminds me of the Black church. And see, that whole woke community, the conscious community. It's a bunch of people with a bunch of, you know, they're coming from a bunch of different angles, different religions, and different man-made religions, right? And they're like, they put their own spin on shit, and then they say, I'm gonna go start a group of and have people follow me like Nature Boy, right? It's not even based off of nothing. It's based off of shit that they put together. Some of them might be coming from the 5% religion, and then they took a little bit of that and add their own shit to it. Now they got some followers. Then some people might have came from the Muslim religion. They got kicked out of there because they wasn't doing right, and then they went and started a little sect of people, and now they got an organization based off of principles that they learned in the Muslim mosque, or based off of principles they learned from the 5%ers. Like, it's, and then they call it the conscious community. It's like, no, what? When there really is a conscious community, there really was a conscious community. There really is an organization that was based off of, they call themselves conscious community. But when we think of it today, we think of Nature Boy, all these people, Brother Polite, all these people that have perverted the very religions that are, or I wouldn't even call them religions, but the very movements that were, they've perverted those movements by their actions. And a lot of times these people, instead of having a movement, now it becomes a cult. It becomes a cult because now it's not even based on some type of higher principle. It's based on the person. Anytime you start something off, hey, Soul Cosmic, I'm feeling a little better, but I'm still dealing with congestion and sore throat and a fever a little. So I'm home again today, just resting. And, actually, this came across my spirit because we are in an age and we're in a time where people are being awakened. Like it started around COVID, when the pandemic and people were forced to stay indoors and people were doing a lot of self-reflection, but just in the atmosphere. And, that's a whole nother video. But there have been a lot of things put in motion like around that time. And when people started doing a lot of analyzing things and, just taking a deeper look at stuff, and there's just an awakening happening. And then you ever wonder why is it such a distraction being promoted? Why are these media people pushing distraction? There's really an awakening going on. They know it, and it has a lot to do with astrology and just where we are in time. There's a reason that, like, right now, where we are in time in this day and age, if you know anything about astrology, and we are in a time where there's an awakening because there's something coming. The age that we are in, there's something coming. And a lot of people that know, as quote unquote, the truth, some of these people that are in higher positions, they know the truth. They're trying to stop people from being awakened. They're trying to stop people from learning about the truth. And that's what the mainstream media's job is to do. It is to stop people from learning the truth. It's just what it is. But you have to respect a person like Kanye West. You have to respect him. Whether or not you agree with him or Candace Owens, you got to respect him. I mean, this man is a billionaire and he's willing to risk what he has to for a message that he's believing in. So I don't really care whether you like him or you don't like him, but you got to respect a person that is willing to lose what he has for a message. Because clearly we see who runs the media. We know who's behind it. We've been knowing that. We know any artist or anyone that has tried to speak out and speak against these people, what have they been met with? Look at Nick Cannon when he had, what was that guy? what was the guy he had on? Professor Griff. When he had Professor Griff on his show, and he spoke against the Jays. They snatched everything up from Nick. They had Nick ready to commit suicide. Nick was ready to jump out of a building. He was ready to go to the, he was ready. They was taking his bags, canceling all of his shit. He apologized. They gave him back his stuff. You act like a good little boy, we'll give you back your platforms. I bet you he'll never speak out of turn like that again. But see, Kanye says that he is not owned by anyone, so he can speak. But see, what Kanye fails to realize is there's always someone that you need to get clearance, because he gets, just say he gets, okay, you can't speak on Instagram, you can't speak on Twitter, you can't go on those because those are owned by other people, right? But where does he go? He was on YouTube the other night on his Kanye West live platform. And he was doing this interview with this other guy. I don't even know who that was. It was a white guy and a white lady. But where were you at? You were on YouTube. That's not your platform. That's not owned by you. That's owned by Google. You still needed their platform to get your message out. Whether or not it was your channel, it still is owned by Google. If they don't want you to be on there, they can shut your videos down. Yeah, freedom of speech and all that is true, but they can find a reason to say that that video is not appropriate and they can shut it down. So even though people like to believe that I'm a billionaire, I am my own person because I own all this and that and the third, there's still something that you got to go through. There's still somebody that you got to get on their platform to fire up that message. He had the comments locked down. He had the live locked down. You couldn't say nothing. He had it on subscriber only mode. You had to be a subscriber for 10 years to the channel in order to be able to leave a comment, meaning he didn't want anybody to say anything. How do you want to have a conversation, but you don't want people to be able to speak? That's the thing. It's like, okay, that's where you lose people at, because it's like, okay, you want us to have this, idea behind, you want us to be open to ideas, but we can't even speak. We can't leave no comments. We can't ask you no questions. He's like, he's got it all locked down because he wants you to just shut up and listen. I just want you to hear the message. I get it. But that's sending a message. Hey, I'm going to control the narrative because I don't want you to speak. I don't even want you to have an opinion because I don't want you leaving no comments, and I don't want you in my chat because I'm locking it down. Yeah, you had the comments turned off. The chat was on members only. You had to be a member subscribers only. You had to be a subscriber for 10 years. Nobody ain't subscribed to that for 10 years in order to be able to leave a comment. So that meant that there were no chat messages and there were no comments. It was a live. He was live talking about this latest situation with, the Nori thing. And then he was talking about his concept of energy and just things that would go over the normal person's head. Nobody cares about that. See, and that's the thing. Like he's talking about building homes that are efficient and how to move energy around and in the homes and having clean air and food at room temperature and all these things that are really foreign concepts to everyday people. Hey, Mrs. Harvey, this is what I'm saying. They are so out of touch with reality because they've been rich and famous and living in a bubble. Don't nobody give a fuck about clean air and eating room temperature food. You're not going to connect with anybody talking that type shit. Or you know who you're going to connect with? Those white people and those Caucasians that, the Caucasians that you're playing into. Those people that can afford to go buy these homes that you would want to build and have clean energy and all. I mean, would you need credit to do this? Oh, you done lost 85% of the black people. Like, nobody cares about that shit. Like, you're trying to reach a community of people that first you want to tell them that George Floyd wasn't murdered. You want to say that they shot him up with fentanyl and they didn't, his knee wasn't on his neck. Like, it's things that you are saying to a community of people that believe what they saw. You have to break down that barrier first before you're going to be talking about clean air, clean living, all these things. They don't know shit about that. Don't nobody care nothing about eating food at room temperature. These celebrities and people that live high on the hog like that, out of touch. Out of touch with reality. Out of touch with people. Out of touch with people. So while the message might be, hey, the message might be, it might be a good message. Maybe what he's saying might be good. But ain't nobody going to understand what you're saying if they can't even feed their children and they're living in poverty. That's you got to meet people where they are. So you got that audience of Caucasians and people that can afford those things. Okay, yeah, you have that conversation with them. But the people that you want to reach, that you want them to believe that George Floyd wasn't murdered and all that, those are your fellow black people. So you got to meet them where they are. You got to talk their language. You can't come to the ghetto talking about clean air and all this shit and talking all these higher concepts when all they want to do is be able to feed their families. Like, these people working menial jobs every day. We all trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. We don't give a damn about clean air. Like, I mean, it's just sad to say. Those aren't the thoughts of the everyday person. So see, that's the thing with the black community and these people that want to come in and be teachers and want us to elevate our way of thinking and our way of thought, but they not meeting us where we are. Like, I'm not there right now. I don't care nothing about that shit. Name one has all dumbed down and stupid, and anybody that's the sheep or goat they love. It's like some of those content wannabe creators. And see, and that's the thing. The media, how is this going to end for Kanye West? How do y'all think this is going to end for him? He's part of the media. He's a rapper. I mean, he'd like to think that he's a fashion, mogul. But he doesn't like to be referred to. Oh, they say I'm a rapper and they disrespect me by calling me Kanye West. My name is Ye. I have the freedom to be called, and pick my name and all this. That's true. But the reason why they say Kanye West is because I put Kanye West in my title, because the algorithm is not going to pick up Ye. It picks up Kanye West because that's who you've been known as. And that's just the way it looks better as Kanye West, because that's the media. That's why they put Kanye West. Like, the algorithm ain't picking up Ye. He talks down to black people. He talks to his real audience. Right. Exactly. The MAGA country. And see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you are wanting to use a movement that black people are near and dear to, but you say you're speaking to your people, you're not speaking to us. You're not speaking to us. So if you want to speak to us, you got to meet us where we are. So that's what I want to know. Who is his audience? Is his audience us? Who's his intended audience? Is his intentions to reach the MAGA community, or is his intentions to reach black people? If his intentions are to reach black people, he's going about it wrong. Because if I have a message, I know who my I look at my analytics and all this all day. I know who I'm speaking to. When I make videos, I have to know who it is that I'm making them for. So I got to know how I'm going to come at people, right? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Who are you trying to talk to, Kanye? You're not talking to us. That's what I'm starting. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now I get your message. I get it. I do. I do. I get it. I get Kanye's message. But there's a lot of people that ain't ready for it. There's a lot of people that will not accept it. That's just something that we have to, he would have to just accept. There's going to be people that's not going to accept that message. There's just not. So what he has to now decide, who is his audience? Who are you going to give? Who do you want these ideas to reach? If it's Black people, you going about it all wrong. You got to meet them where they are. You got to meet us where we're at. And we're not in the clean air industry, the clean air mind thought. We're not worrying about tiny homes and them being efficient in energy and room temperature food and all that. That's not where we at. You got to speak to us. You got to speak our language. He should know that. As a rapper, as a musician, he should know that. So that's where I'm like, okay, I get the message, Kanye. I really do. But who are you trying to give this message to? So what do we think is going to really happen with Kanye West? Because it's clear that you got to go through someone to get that message out. If you don't own your own airway, like if you don't own the airwaves, you don't own the means to get it out there, somebody's going to always control what it is you're saying. Yeah, they can't control your thoughts, but they can control what it is you say by not putting it out. So now, I definitely get his message. I really do. But you're going about it the wrong way. He's going about it the wrong way. I don't think it's black and white with Ye. It's about what he feels is truth and wants to awaken others. But see, unfortunately, that's just not how our society is set up. That's not how we're set up. We're not a setup like that. Our culture don't need people like him. He's a trumpet. Now, a trumpet sounds off. You know what I mean? Do you mean a puppet? Hey, Virgo Queen. Hey, Michael Jackson. Love the name. And that you put the black on white. That's funny, baby. It's black and white. It's all coming out these masks and costumes of everybody. That's my whole thing. There is, unfortunately, black and white. It exists. Excuse me. It exists. There's just no one world, one nation. Oh, Trump supporter. Okay. Got it. He's about money and himself doesn't care about black folks. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, okay, I understand your message, but who is it that you're trying to reach? If you're trying to reach black people, you're going about it the wrong way. If you're trying to reach white people, then yeah, you're speaking to the right you're speaking the right language. You're talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. You're sounding off the alarm to, the establishment, because that's what the QAnon and all these people that believe certain things about the establishment, that's the language that they are speaking, right? They say that they are exposing what's going on in the government and everything. But when Kanye starts to say that black people are chosen people, and he starts to say that we are the original Jays and that we are God's chosen people, and that they know this, and this is the secret that they're trying to hide from us, And that's why they're so invested in keeping us deaf, dumb, and blind. Well, then I gotta start saying, who is your audience? Because you can't be talking like that and also speaking against black people. Like, you gotta pick a side. Which side is it? Because so that's where I'm confused at. I'm like, okay, Kanye got this message. He's saying that black people are the chosen people. We are really the chosen Jays. And they know this, and they know that we are so sophisticated and a smart people. They have invested really decades into studying how to bring us down, right? They have spent so much money into putting down the black race, right? But if he's saying this, then he's speaking against a movement that is near and dear to the very culture that you're trying to uplift. That's going to be hard. That's a hard feat. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like his thoughts are not original. I think he's come from other people. He's influenced by the clean energy dribble. Sounds like Elon Musk talks about. And see, that's the thing. It's like, that's why I'm saying it's all jumbled up. Like, the people that want to, they want to, cheer for Kanye, and they want to root him on, and they want to be behind what it is that he's saying. But you got to break it apart and be like, all right, okay, so what is it that we really talking about here? Let's break it apart, because I get what he's saying. Now, I could do a whole video on what he's really talking about, and I can really point out give y'all some facts, and show some things behind what it is that he's really saying. Hold on, guys, let me make sure. All you do is whine and complain. They just took you out. So what are you crying for? Hmm? What are you crying? Oh, you want me to rub and hold you? That's what you wanted? This boy is so spoiled, I'm telling you. He love bombs the culture, then disrespects the individuals. That's what I'm like. It's like the message is all convoluted. I don't understand it. I'm like, who is it that who are these messages for? Are these messages for us? Are they for the white community? It's just sad to say, because we are divided as a people, and we're divided between races. So who's the target audience? But the media and the people that you say are controlling this world, because you have money, that's the sad part, that I'm like, okay, Kanye just don't get it, because just because you got money, what happened to you? I thought you said George Bush don't care about black people. Remember that, Kanye? George Bush don't care about black people. George Bush don't care about black people. Now, there is a lot of, a lot of black people that don't like Trump, but there's some that do like Trump. But what I'm not going to get into that, and I'm not going to say what my beliefs are, because I don't want to, get into a conversation about religion, politics, or any of that, because those are, they're just hot words, and people get all, oh, that's how you feel, and then there'd be a whole bunch of shit. But child, I gave Evan a hug. Evan he is so darn spoiled, Marva. That's why he was whining. Now he done stop whining, because I pet him up and rubbed him and did all that. You hear him. You can always hear him walking around with his little. He sound like he got high heels on all the time, because we got these hardwood floors, so you can hear his toenails. Tick, 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 tick. Look, here he come. Hey, baby. Hey, hey, dear. Hi. Hi, Evan. Hi, boy. Hey, boy. Hey, man. Oh, gosh. Bonita, he's here. Auntie Bonita said hi, Evan. All your aunties say good morning. Your auntie Sparkle say good morning. Hey, Marva. Sparkle say, hey, Marva. um, but yeah, so I'm gonna watch the documentary with the Candace Owens documentary. I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna see how I feel about it. I think the target audience is anyone who believes in free speech to the max. They say whatever, whenever crowd. Oh, the say whatever, whenever crowd. He just bought that garbage app off Candace's husband. Now he needs subs. He need the people that make America great again. It's fascinating. I believe he will get what he wants in the end. He doesn't allow himself to be in a box. But see, that's what I'm not. I think people lose me. I'm lost right there because yes, he doesn't want to be in a box. But can he truly be free? Does he truly have freedom of speech? Because there's always going to be someone that can shut it down. You don't own the airwaves. See, that's where all these people that they become woke that are entertainers. Unfortunately, this is where they meet their demise because when they decide that they've had enough, because this is the same establishment that bought you. Okay. See, all right, now I'm just gonna really get deep into this because y'all ready for it. Y'all see my audience, I think y'all want to hear it. Let me tell y'all this. These are the same people that bought you years ago. These the same mofos that gave you a contract, gave you the millions and billions that you have in your pocket right now. They gave you this freedom that you feel. Because without money, education, access, you are closed off. You don't know about everything that's going on in this world. See, people that are elite and they get money, they get access to a lot of stuff and they start to see things that we don't see, that the normal everyday person don't got access to. So then they start digging and they start, you know what I'm saying? They become educated on, different cultures. They go study abroad and they do all this stuff because that's what education does for you. Education opens up the mind and it opens up, makes you feel like there's a whole possibility to things, right? Like, wow, I didn't know this. That's what the average person would feel when they become educated. But then it's like, okay, what you gonna do with all that? So that's like, okay, I'm ready to give it to everybody. I want everybody to feel what I got. Honey, they not gonna let you do that. If this world is truly controlled by these people, like you say, they own all the media. How you feel you gonna get the media out? You can buy companies all you want to, but there are airwaves that this message got to be put on. Unless you're going on AM radio, you ain't going about to get up on no Clear Channel owns all of the airwaves. You ain't about to put out a message that they don't want out. I'm just going to tell you right now. You could say it, but then it's going to be, they are going to destroy it every time because they will put in place people to come out and speak against it. They will, create situations where you looking crazy out here and then people won't believe and listen to your message. So will he truly, how's this going to end? Will he truly be able to change people's thought patterns and persuade people to believe what it is that he's putting out there. Change the world, but it's impossible. Almost feel like the matrix we all live in. Matrix. Exactly, but that is what it is. It is a matrix. There's so many. I know the truth, right? I know a lot of things that I could come up here and preach and teach about. But I would lose half my platform if I came up here and really told y'all what was really going on behind the scenes. But it's just not, I'm not invested like that. Like I'm not willing right now to just go all out and just say, okay, I'm just gonna, change my whole message and boom, I'm just gonna be fighting for, I'm not ready for all that. Right? But there are things that I believe that society doesn't teach us that I do believe that it is worth the conversation, but a lot of people aren't ready to hear it. So I'm just not invested like that though. I don't want to change everybody's mind. I'm like, the few people that might want to listen to it, I'll create a little maybe members only live for it or something like that and spread the message that way. But I'm not about to be out here fighting the cause and taking up the torch and all. Nah, I'm not doing all that. I ain't got time for all that. I want to make my little money, give out some entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Do my little deep dives and, spread my message of love and peace and harmony that way. I ain't about to be out here fighting and because it will take a lot of dismantling first. I understand that we got to break down and then build up. We got to rebuild first. You just can't come out with a message. Right? You got to first address why people aren't receptive to your message. It starts with the communities. You are so out of touch with those communities. You've been a billionaire, rich, famous, and all this for a very long time. You've been eating food, eating things that we don't even eat, have that. You got private chefs and all this. You got access to clean energy, air. Oh, we don't have that shit. We got to eat what they got down there at Food Lions, ShopRite, Aldi's, Safeway, Kroger's, Walmart. We got to eat that. We don't have private chefs, clean food, clean water, clean air, clean energy, sleeping on beds that's turning the mattress every 5 minutes. We don't have that. We don't got private nutritionists, people that can tell us what our body mass and all this, and you need to eat this because this is not conducive with your pH. We don't have people living with us telling us that. We got to get what we can buy down there to the Walmart. So this is what I'm saying. I say that to say you got to connect with people and you have to meet people where they are before you can even penetrate with those messages. You are not even like getting anywhere in the Black community because that's not what their needs are. Their needs are not clean air, clean energy. Their needs are better jobs, education, healthcare, access to the finer things in life. Let's just start there. And see, in order for Kanye to be rich and be a billionaire, he doesn't even realize the way the structure is, the way this world is set up. In order for him to be a billionaire, in order for him to live the way he lived, there's got to be poor people. There's got to be people that they climb on the backs of. They have set this world up that way in order for them to be rich. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of structures and organizations within organizations and structures within structures and things before we can even start talking about that shit. Marie. Right. Vote for Sweet Pea. Hey, give me a vote. I'll be the president. Yes. Better housing. Let's just start there. Ye has access to the underground bunkers, to dealing with Trump and their orange. Right. But see, now that's something that we can talk about. There's something coming, right, in this world. And back in the day, he said, go in the room. Back in the day, they used to they used to what do you got? What do you got? What you got in your mouth, Evan? Give me this. What is it? Here. Back in the day, they used to, like, with every house that they build, they had fallout shelters. They don't even build that no more. They were thinking of nuclear holocaust. They don't think of that anymore. They barely want to build houses with basements. Everything is a crawl space or garage. Like, they don't think of these things anymore. And that used to be back in the 50s. They used to, anytime they build homes, they had bomb shelters, fallout shelters, they called them. They don't think about that now. And those are things that nuclear holocaust, nuclear warfare, nuclear fallout, those are things that we have to really think about. I mean, we don't need, they just don't even, it's just so much, man. It's just so much. I mean, yeah, you are going to contradict yourself when you're trying to give a message that you're tiptoeing. Even me right now, I'm tiptoeing around certain things. That's why I'm like, just, you know how we do in the morning, this is just a conversation, we're just talking, this ain't really no formatted video. This is just a, in the morning, you know, our little talk. So I'm all over the place, but there's no structure to what I'm talking about. But even me right now, I'm being careful with what I say because I got viewers. I have people that subscribe to me. They don't even want to, some people don't even want to hear this. They don't want to talk about this. They want me to be kikiing, joking all the time. So they click in, they hear what I'm talking about, like, oh, I don't want to hear this. I ain't talk about Tasha K. We ain't doing impersonations. This is too deep for them. They gone. And I'm not even getting deep. Black communities have been dealing with real life trauma, and it has impacted us for generations. Kanye has a platform where he can talk about these issues, how they have impacted our mental health. And that's where we gotta start. That's it right there. Like, that's where we gotta start. Generations. Exactly, Bonita. That's how you know who supports you for real. Because people, they're here for when we're talking about entertainment and real life things. Because life is not all about being entertained. But we're going to get to that. Because that's all what this is about. They want us to just be focusing on entertainment 24 hours, 24/7. They want you distracted from what is really going on. But what is really going on? Life is a matrix. What's really going on? Some people's lives so stressed, the ongoing dragging of TK brings relief. Right. Yeah. Where that money, right? But you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people just want to be entertained, and you know, they don't want to, they feel like if they don't think about or talk about what's going on in the world, then it'll go away. No, it's here. These problems exist. But it's no secret that the media and the establishment, they're hiding things from us. We know this. We know it. Kanye is just wanting to express what he's learning. He's learning all this new stuff. He's getting access to, you know, he's bought this company that now they're feeding him all of this, you know, material that they have, ideas that they have. He's now immersed. He's left the Kardashians. So he's gone from media that he's been fed, because see, they're gatekeepers too. Like, so let's just talk about what's really going on with Kanye. Okay. Let's just talk about it. What's really going on with Kanye West? I believe that Kanye West Oh, thank you, Lisa. I love your vlogs because I learn something new every time I turn in, and I love how you keep it real, sis. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you for being a member. She's a new member. Thank you for your support. Now, let's think about this. He has been with, now, Kanye came in, and see, this is what I was going to do. I was thinking about doing, when I'm going to do the deep dive on the conscious community. But I'm really thinking about maybe doing something on Kanye West and like the evolution of Kanye West and how he got to Ye, right? Because he comes in, as this rapper, Jesus walks. He's with Donda, his mother, and seems like he's grounded. And he seems like he's really has this powerful message. And while everybody else was rapping about guns and all this from Chicago, he comes out with Jesus Walks. And it was hitting hard. Like that beat, he had people really feeling that song. I mean, he wins awards for Jesus Walks, a song about Jesus Christ. He's saying Jesus on the main airwaves. And people don't really, they don't really give rappers awards for this. So that was like, wow. So he comes as that kind of Kanye West. And then he gets with Kim Kardashian. He's with these media moguls, and he's around Jay-Z, Diddy, all these people that are media moguls. So he's got to know how it all goes down behind the scenes. Because part of his message now, what he's telling us, he knows some things that we don't know, right? Because he's seen it. He ain't going to tell us what really going down, because then he would really expose himself. Because if he really told us what really goes down in the industry and what he did and what sacrifices he might have made before he so-called got to the truth, it will make our heads spin. What he did and what he exposed himself to just to get to the money status and the millionaire, billionaire status that he is at, there was some moves he made and there was some sacrifices. Trust me. If he were to really tell us what he really did, we would be appalled, shocked, flabbergasted if we really knew what goes on. So he's not going to really expose it all. So what he's going to do, he's exposing the gatekeeper and how the Jays manipulate everything. How does he know this? How can he speak with such certainty? Because he knows, because he's been a part of that. This is what I want my people to understand. These people come out here and they be willing to expose. See, the people that want to say, so we might as well just cut to it because I'm about to get done with this. So I'm going to give y'all what I really came here to say. We bullshitted long enough. So now I'm about to tell, I bullshitted for almost an hour. We talked, we kiki. So now I'm going to tell you what, this is what I have to say about this, okay? How will this shit end? Now I'm going to tell you. Kanye West, he comes out here and he wants to expose these people, right? But how does he know all this shit? How can he speak with so much certainty? How does he know? What is he saying that he's turning from? What are you turning from? So now everybody's okay. Kanye, he's putting it all on the line. He's saying, don't beat up Nori because Nori was giving me a platform. But Nori, they got people that they got to answer to. Charlemagne worked for this person. These people, they getting a check. And you can almost see when he's saying these things that there's more he really wants to tell you. Because he knows that he once was getting a check. They all get checks. They get checks to, some of these rappers get checks to rap about certain things. Some of them, they are all told by the record label what to rap about and how the videos, the videos have to, once they make the videos, they got to go through, the record label heads and executives. They got to approve these images. They got to approve these lyrics. We want you to be the gangbanger, the drug dealer. We want you to be having this image. For what? We want you to talk about, you're not talking enough about rapping about gangs and drugs and prostitutes and women, and you're not doing enough of that. We need you to know that song wasn't raunchy enough. No, they tell the women, no, that wasn't sexy enough. Need to show a little bit more ass. How does he know all these things? Because he was a part of it, right? So now you're ready to come out and expose everybody. Now, all of a sudden, you want to tell the truth to the very people that you helped mislead. So we're supposed to trust now that your message is pure now. Why? Now we want to accept the Kanye that has this message. He's partnered now with Candace Owens, all these people. Now they have giving him the other side of it. It's like you was with Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner and all that. They were showing you how to, like he said, when he came from under them, he wanted to control his own narrative because he said he knew that they would be trying to control it because he knows, he watches them. He sees what they do. They control stories. They send the pictures to the blogs. He knows that they do all these things. So he said, no, now that we've broken up, I'm going to control my narrative. You're not going to make me look like a deadbeat dad. You're not going to. So he spent a lot of time coming before us trying to make sure that he wasn't being portrayed as a deadbeat dad and all this shit. It's been Kanye, 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 Kanye. He's been putting himself out there, out there, out there, out there. Meanwhile, growing in sales, growing in revenue, growing as a business. Now, where do we fit in this? See, anytime people want to have this message, they always want to come peddle it to the Black community. They always want us to come get on board with some shit. You always want to try to get us to believe in whatever it is that you're doing. But my question is, I want to know how you know all that shit. Tell me what the hell you was doing. I want to know. You don't get to just skip and skip to the loo, my darling. You don't get to just skip past all that shit. I want to know what your ass was doing with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner and all them. What kind of rituals they was doing. I want you to expose the shit. If you're going to expose it all. Talk about the rituals. Talk about all this shit they was doing. That's what I want to know. I want to know the truth of what they do in the industry. Talk about the Jeffrey Epstein Island where all the celebrities was going with these kids and all this stuff. I want to know all that. What happened with Donda? Did you sacrifice Donda? I want to know these things. I want to know what you know about the industry. I don't want to just hear that Jews control. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to know what your ass did. That's what I want to know. Give us the truth, please. See, that's how they want to do it. They want to come up here and want to tell us, oh, they running the world. We know this. We know. Exactly. want to know. I want to know. Tell me. You want me to get, okay, I'm going to get on board with you, Kanye, but I need a confession first. I need the confession. I need to know what was going on because you were a part of it. You ain't get the billionaire status and you want to tell me that you ain't see shit. I want to know what the hell was going on. They always want to expose Michael Jackson, all of them. They all do this. They become awakened, but you're already awakened because you know. You had to do it to get where you're at. So I want to know what the hell was going on. What's so evil about it? Exactly. Bing. Still a part of it. Unless you denounce the idea of the celebrity. Did you hear what he said when he was on his way to getting on an airplane and the people, they stopped him and he did a little impromptu interview real quick about, they asked him how did he feel about the Drink Champs and Nori and them turning, taking the video down and and he said some really good things in the interview. But my whole thing is, what happens? You know so much about all this. What happens? You need to denounce being a celebrity. He says that he could take all his money and just go away to Hawaii and go live out his life because he's got billions of dollars. He don't have to tell us the truth. He don't got to do none of that. You're not telling us the truth. See, that's the bullshit. So that's what I'm saying. How's this going to end? That's what I want to see. How is this going to end? Because the ending for me would be, this is what the ending for me would be. You would either denounce your celebrity as a celebrity, and you would just go all out, expose it all. They do sacrifices. They made me sacrifice my mother. They made me do this. They made me do that for money, for fame. That's how I got all this. That's how it would end, with the truth. Now, if you tell us that shit, you might get everybody to follow. The black people might I'm with it. Because you'd be about the only one that really told the truth, child. I sacrificed my mom. I sacrificed everything, child, because I wanted exactly. Telling us the truth would expose you. And that's the problem. They don't want to do that. See, that's the only way you're going to get me to believe I need to know the goddamn truth. I already know. Exactly. Exactly. That's it right there. You're going to lose your life. But see, we was getting ready to get there. Adriana, you so smart. You always, you already at the end. You already at the end of this video. But if you want to expose it, you got to expose it all. I need all of it. Don't come out here wanting to half-ass and half-step. That's where you lose me at. Because I'm like, okay, we already know all this shit, Kanye. You ain't telling us nothing that we don't know. We know the J's running. We know. No, nigga, tell us some shit that really going on. Tell us about the sacrifices, please, and the blood sacrifices, please. Tell us what y'all don't tell us. We've already heard about the Jays. Nick Cannon told us that. Michael Jackson told us that. We know. We want to know some shit we don't know. We want to know about the reptilians. We want to know about the y'all sticking them needles in them kids' necks, pulling out that damn syrup out their necks. We want to know about that. We want to know about the chaining up of the children and the sacrificing the children and going in them caves, doing them rituals. We want to know that shit. Because if you ain't going to tell it all, then what you really telling? What is he really telling? So then that's where we go with, okay, then you done got, this is a whole agenda for Candace Owens and them to sell whatever it is, whatever platform, whatever it is they trying to do, and get whatever kind of money they doing off of it. Because if you're not going to tell what the fuck is really going on, you ain't exposing shit as far as I'm concerned. Then you really still trying to play it safe. Because if you got money and you said you could just go live in Hawaii and you can just go off, you're a billionaire. You ain't got to get killed. Your ass can be held up in some fortress somewhere with your security. You can have your food grown out there. You got these compounds in Wisconsin and all these places. You could grow he's growing food out there. He's got his own water wells, all this shit. You could live your life and you could expose it all right from that. You could be held up in that place. You could live out the rest of your days with that money. But you ain't gonna really do that because you still want to live like a celebrity. You still want to travel on planes, and you want to still be in front of the media taking pictures, and you still want to do the fashion with the masking up your face, looking like you about to go rob the store. You want to have the Balenciaga things in your teeth. You still want to live this celebrity lifestyle. So you really ain't doing shit as far as I'm concerned. Until you expose it all, shut your ass up. That's where I'm at. If you ain't gonna tell the truth, go sit your ass down. Sit your black ass down. Literally black, because everything you got on is black. Unless you're willing to expose what the fuck you did to your mother, I don't want to hear shit from Kanye West. Unless you're willing to tell us what kind of sacrifices you've made and what other people made, I don't want to hear shit else from Kanye West. Go sit your black ass down. I want to know what the fuck happened to Donda. If you're not ready to tell us what you did to Donda, go sit your ass down. Period. That's where I'm at with it. As far as I'm concerned, it's a bunch of bullshit for that reason. Now I get it. I get it. There is a message. Everything he's saying is absolutely true as far as Black people, chosen people, the Jews running it. They know that we are a chosen people. Yeah. But how you know all that? Because when the elite, you know why? Because when the elite get to a certain money and they get a certain status, they become aware of the truth. It's given to them. People with a certain amount of money and a certain level, it's given to them. I can go really deep into that. But until you tell me the truth about what you did in that industry and you come clean, I don't want to hear shit to you. I want to know what you did to your mom. I want to know why you're so guilty, why you feel so guilty, why you feel the need to name so many things after her out of guilt and shame over what you did to your mother. That's the shit I want to know. And I think everybody else want to know what you did to Donda for fame and fortune. If you ain't willing to say that shit, you can kiss my ass. I don't give a damn about no clean air, clean energy, room temperature food. What? You talking about George Floyd wasn't murdered, all that shit? I don't give a damn. I don't want to know about nobody else's family. I want to know what the fuck you did with your mom. Don't be coming out here trying to disrespect George Floyd and them and they family members and all this. I want to know what you did with your mother. Huh? Huh, Kanye? What you do to Mama Donda for them 11 million billion you sitting on? Exactly. You done sat in on a few of them damn meetings. You done went to a few seances. You done went down there to a few black magic seances with Kim and Jenners and them. I want to know about that. See, people good at talking about other people's shit. They don't never want to talk about their shit. What your ass was down there doing that you so guilty of? Hmm? Huh? Huh? See, y'all know I'm going. Y'all know I was going to get to it. Okay, you know we have to do the little fluff. We got to talk a little shit, but y'all know I was going to get to it. That's where I'm at with Kanye West. I'm sick of these people that they got this money, they got this fortune. Take that shit from them and see if they can live like us. Take all the riches and shit from them and see if they can live like the average working American. Hell to the fucking no. They don't want to live like that, which is why they are willing to sacrifice and kill their loved ones and all this for money. These people willing to do anything for money. So why would I believe anything? I would never follow a person like you. You would sell me out in a minute. You were willing to kill your own family for money. So what the fuck would you do to me? You don't know me. Well, I'm willing to follow somebody that was willing to do that to their own family member. So when push come to shove and they about to take the damn your prestige and money from you, and we running this goddamn organization, you're gonna sell us all out. Nah, those aren't the type of people that you want to follow. You follow people that come from the struggle like you, and they have shown you who they are. Kanye ain't showed us nothing, but he's willing to do whatever it takes for money. He likes to be he likes clout. He likes to be around people that have a name. That's why he wanted Kim. He likes to be in the limelight. That's what Kanye showed us. Kanye ain't put no boots on the ground and put in no work to be able to come up here and speak for us and say you're sacrificing what? You sacrificing your money, your life? No, you ain't, because you ain't telling nobody shit. Oh, Kanye sacrificing his livelihood. Yeah, maybe he is. But until he tells me what he was down there doing, what type of sacrifices he took part of, I don't want to hear shit. That's where I'm at with it. Oh, he ate her just with all the other demons. Child. Blood sacrifice, exactly. So, honey, how do we think this is going to end with Kanye West? Well, it could end with two. He can end dead. If the message is a threat, if it becomes too much of a threat, he will surely be found dead. That will definitely be what will happen. If that message becomes too much of a threat and it gets too much, exposing too many people, Kanye West will be surely found dead. That's what will happen. The other half of the story, does he even have a relationship with his mother's family? Kanye knows how to get close enough to the edge without falling off. Exactly. Yep, canceled or dead. And he won't be canceled. Won't be a canceled situation. If he's canceled, it would be out of the fact that they'll try to make him look like he's insane or crazy. They'll start to they'll put him out like that in the media first. He's crazy, he's doing all these things, he's erratic. The IRS will start coming after him. They'll take all his money first. So they got to make him go broke first. Yeah, that's it right there. He could end up broke with all his business connections being severed. That's what they will do. They will ruin him. That you'll start to see the IRS, you'll start to see business deals saying that they were fraudulent. They'll start to come up with that way first. The government they'll destroy him first. And then it'll either be a drug overdose or some type of suicide or something like that. So if he really comes out and gives an expose that really threatens them, right now I don't think he's much of a threat. He's not really said anything that other people have not said. Now, when you'll irritate them when you say the J's and expose certain things, and you'll irritate them. So they'll start doing little shit like canceling you from Instagram and Facebook and all this. They'll start taking little shit away like that from you. But when you really make an expose and you really expose them by talking about the sacrifices and the underground shit and shit that you know you've seen with your own eyes, then they're going to have to kill you. They'll do that. I support him. I heard nothing wrong. He said, I didn't say that. Yeah, I'm not saying that he said anything wrong. But what I'm saying is if he wants to expose things, I need all sides of it. I need you to expose the wrong that you've played, because there's no damn way that you are a part of this or these people. You're a part of the very structure that you are trying to denounce and trying to expose. You're part of that. So you have taken part in some of these things. I need to know about that. You can't just, you don't just get to skip over. See, that's what people want to do. They want to expose, but they want to forget about what it is they did. You don't just get to skip over that with me. I need to know what the fuck you did. What you running from? Usually when people get like this, they are running out of guilt, shame, and they don't want to be a part of something. They want to denounce it. Why? What you do? What are you embarrassed, ashamed about? What you do? Well, it got too much. Look at Robin Williams. Look at Robin Williams. Committed suicide. What do they get so, what happens where it just gets so overbearing that they just can't take it anymore? This celebrity lifestyle. What is it that they do that it just makes them say, I can't do it. I can't be a part of it anymore. See, I want to know that. That's the shit I want to know. He won't be canceled because he will go back to the black narrative and we will follow behind him and defend him. That George Floyd part was wrong. It was very wrong. Hey, y'all. Hey, Roxy. And see, that's my thing. I'm like, okay, who's his audience? Because if he wants black people to be his audience with this, well, then, honey, you can't be talking about George Floyd. You can't be talking about these sensitive matters. And if you do, it's a way you got to approach it. It's very delicate. So if you want black people to be your audience, you have to know how to connect with them. And he's just out of touch with black people because he hasn't been in our community, and he hasn't been in our predicament for so long. He been left that lifestyle. He up there with the rich and famous, like I said, clean air and all this shit. We don't give a damn about no tiny houses and how to make people moving through the house in motion and all types of shit he was talking about in that interview. I was like, what? Don't nobody know nothing about. And having a room, having the food be at room temperature and you go pick your food. Like, it was just, okay, yeah, I get it, but black people what? We don't speak that language. You have to meet black people where they are. So that's why I'm like, who the fuck's his audience? It ain't us. Because we don't know nothing about that. The interview was 3.5 hours long. They focused on George Floyd comment. He said, oh no, I wasn't talking about that interview. So after, if you redball this video back, so after Kanye did the whole thing with Drink Champs, Kanye was actually on YouTube on his Kanye West live channel. And he was sitting down with this white guy and this white girl, and he had an interview with them. And he was talking about all of that. It was to bring awareness to his causes. And, he was just talking, basically. And during that video, he was talking about clean energy, clean air, and having houses that people live in that have room temperature food. And it was just shit that we don't talk about. I'm not saying that it was stuff that it wouldn't be needed, but that's just, you're missing the mark. Black people ain't there. That's not our concern. Good morning, Ramel. That's not where we are. Black people are trying to pay for their rent and food and clothing, shelter. You know, their credit is bad. They not giving a damn about no goddamn clean energy and all this shit. Those are the people that are Candace Owens and the Trumpers and all those people thinking about that. We ain't thinking of, we don't have that. Hey, Nikki, please go subscribe to Nikki Behind the Mic. She's another great content creator that we trying to get up there. We trying to get her numbers up too. Please go subscribe. But you know, like it is those type of people. We ain't on that. We don't want to hear no shit about that. Definitely. We don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear how to get your money without sacrificing our family and selling our souls to the devil. Exactly. You're welcome, Nikki. So, you know, it's not, I don't care about what I don't even want to hear about the George Floyd thing. I don't even want an apology from him. You know what I want from him? I want truth from Kanye West at this point. Until you come up to the mic and you tell us what you did with your mom, how you know about all this stuff, what goes on in the industry. Until you really say all that, I don't want to hear shit from you. I need a confession of what you were willing to do to get into this industry. What you were willing to do for fame. What you did, how you sold your soul. I want you to denounce that first, then we can talk. How you exposing people that you work for? Black people better stop doing that. See, that money got your ass blind and you think they can't take that from you. That's how ignorant you are. You still ignorant. Because that money got you thinking that they can't take that money from your ass. There are plenty of ways they can take your money without taking your money. They'll start creating problems that you didn't even know you had. All of a sudden, you owe the IRS and you didn't even know you owed them. All of a sudden, you don't own your companies and you didn't realize you didn't own your companies. But I thought I signed the paper. They gonna give you something and say you did that ain't. Wait a minute, my signature was there. I know it was there. Child, let me tell you something. They will have your ass rethinking things like they did Nick Cannon. He's a prime example. When they start taking that money and that prestige from them, they say, you remember the oath you took? You remember the sacrifices you made? You remember? You remember? Do you remember the time when you took that blood oath? When you made that sacrifice? When you did that to your mama, you remember? I don't want to hear nothing like that. Jorge, Kanye West was very much a part of it. The Democratic Party ain't got nothing to do with that. He is very much a part of the establishment in the industry, in the Illuminati, that whole thing. Kanye West is very much a part of that. He's still around these gatekeepers. He has personal relationships with a lot of them. He still wants his connections. He still wants to be in the limelight. He ain't going to give up all of his jewels. No, he ain't going to tell us everything. He telling us shit. We already know the Jews are. We know that shit. Tell us some shit we don't know. We know that. We know that. But we want to know what you do to get it. Like they didn't just let you in. They ain't just let you in. What you do for them to let your ass in? The friendship with Jay was his last bit of stability, but he never cared about him either. Child, but see, you know what? That was the pivotal moment. See, that was around the time when you start seeing Kanye acting out, and that was when his mom passed. That was his guilt for the things that he had done. That was his guilt. He know what he did. I wonder if he's trying to put himself in the position to be blackballed so he can rest with his mom. Okay. Except I don't think his spirit will rest where she's resting due to his sacrifices. Okay. But see, it's like I said, until he makes a confession, then I ain't got nothing. I don't, boy, go sit down. Boy, go sit down somewhere. Yes. When Jay had that access to Obama, there we go. There we go, Christy. See, when we saw Kanye, when he was hanging with Jay-Z, and I'm going to tell you when Jay-Z made his blood oath, when he really got deep in with it. When you saw Diddy and Jay-Z together, when you used to see them at them games and Jay-Z had them glasses on all the time and he was growing his hair and he had them glasses on and he always had this funny fucked up face. He always looked like he was like up to something or like he just had a weird look on his face, but he had them black glasses on and you always saw him and Diddy together everywhere. That's when the shit was going down. The shit was going down right there with Jay. He was being bought in or whatever it is, their rituals or whatever it is that they do. When you saw him hanging with Diddy at them games and shit, that's when it was going down. I'm going to do a video. You know what? I think it would be really good if we did a deep dive, if we did a video when all of them crossed over. Because I could show you the moments when each of them damn celebrities crossed over. Because you can see it. You can see it in their actions. You can see it in the things they was doing. That was around the time when Jay crossed over. He was with Diddy all the time. They was doing whatever. Rick Ross, you could tell when he crossed over. You can tell when Kanye crossed over. And they all go through Diddy. See, Kanye, Jay-Z, they went through Diddy. Ross went through Diddy. Diddy went through Clive Davis. Andre and Harrell, and Diddy went through Andre Harrell, who was with Clive Davis. See, they all was attached to Clive Davis. It's a whole freaking family tree, should you say. So there's all like a whole fucking conspiracy with all them. And until they tell us that, don't come out here exposing nobody, okay? Don't be talking about these Jays. Don't be telling us about, yep, there you go. Don't be telling us about these Jays. Tell us about you. I want to know about you. How you did it. When you're ready to start exposing, don't leave that part of the story out. And then in my book, because if you leave that out, then I don't want to hear shit else. Because the rest of it, you just telling us the shit we already know. We know about that. We know about the Jays, damn it. We want to know about them goddamn blood sacrifices. Fuck, I want to know. That's what I want to know. I want to know when you used to wake up at night over there with Kim and them, did you used to see them in black robes walking around with candles? Huh? Did they have Donda in there somewhere? Y'all had her sacrificed? Y'all had her hemmed up in there? Did they make you sacrifice her at their house? Did y'all do it there? That's what I want to know. I want to know when your ass was living with them, what was y'all doing in there? Was you part of them sacrifices, or did you get away from them because you started seeing that they was doing rituals and they was doing witchcraft on your ass? That's what I want to know. Right. That part. He was in bed with him. Exactly. Don't come out here telling us about nothing until you tell us the truth. We ain't stupid, Kanye. We know. After they killed her with that bat, okay, and had them claim it was an aneurysm for sleeping with Jay. Wendy went to Kim's house and haven't been right since. Not the black rose candles. Child, want to know. When you was in that house with them, you used to be asleep and wake up and see them walking around with them candles and black robes. Child, I want to know. Because, you know, Kim played with them candles. She played with them candles big time. I want to know. I want to know what was going on. That's what we want to know about, child. We don't care nothing about no clean energy and clean air. Give us the tea. Shoot, give us the tea. We don't care shit about tiny houses and energy efficient food. We want to know about the goddamn sacrifices. Child, black people like shit. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The world about to come to an end. Whatever going to happen, it's going to happen, child. We going to go out with a bang. We going to go out. Child, please. We want to know about them goddamn sacrifices. Shit, give us some sacrifice tea. Give us that. Megan went to the party and got shot by their troll. Remember, Chris told Chloe to put candles around the bed to make him want to buy the big house. Remember that, child? See? We want to know what goes on with the Kardashians. What type of rituals do they do? Hell, when the dad had his thing clipped, I would have ghosted. He said, child, you ain't about to have me around there getting my balls clipped. Listen, I don't want to know nothing about, conspiracy and QAnon stuff. I really don't. Like, I understand what it is that they be trying to say. I do. I get it. I am receptive to all of it. But I just want to know what you was doing. Makes me wonder and worry what role they might make their kids play in these rituals. Exactly. Well, you see, North, you see every time Kim got her on camera, she's looking goth. She's got the eyes painted black with the black lipstick and shit. So it ain't really a mystery. Okay? And that's another reason why he's so vocal about North. He knows what they do. And he's like, I don't want my kids being a part of it. But that's what you signed up for. You can't take it back now. I'm just dropping in to say, hey, princess. Hey, Big Red. It's like, honey, you knew what you signed up for. Now you want to like take it back. They're like, no, you can't take it back. Don't work like that. So you guys, we can go on and on and on. Yeah, North is dressing like her father and his girlfriends. To be honest with you, I'm going to just tell y'all what I think about North real quick before we get out of here. To me, North look a little bull dagger. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say this about children, but she just looked like a little bull daggerish to me. North looks like she's going to be liking women. She looks like she's going to be likes women. She just looks a little manly, tomboyish. That's what I pick off of her energy. Like she likes girls. That's what I get. Y'all remember, I've seen that. So she ain't she bad? Woo, she's bad. Yep, she just look a little butch. She's giving butch. Yep, that's what I get off North. It's like, she's like a little bull dagger. Man, little bull dagger. She's a little mini bull dagger. Okay, that's what I get. Oh man, I love the childrens, but that's what I get. Little mini bull dagger. Okay. Little pit bull in the skirt. Yeah, she does. Yes, she does have personality wise. Yep, she's Kanye. She is all the way. She's very outspoken. Gets that from her dad. Very outspoken. Okay, no morals, none. Saint is gonna have that bipolar gene. Yeah, Saint. Yep. I do think so too. The little boy, right? Yeah. Yep. Little pit bull in a skirt, child. She is cool. She got a cute little vibe. I think she's sweet. Thank you, Nikki. Girl, you got to get with us when we have our show. We actually do a live show, and I'll be on camera, Kiki and too. But I've been doing. I moved into a new house, and I've been doing my fourth room to be my studio area. So I'm trying to get that together. So I'll get back on camera soon. But I'm usually on camera, and I'm usually doing a show. But lately, I've just been behind this avatar, until I get that done. So hopefully you'll get to see that. Oh, thank you. Well, you get to see what it's given soon, because it's usually not this. It's usually a whole big old thing, child. And my VMix has been acting up for some reason. I got to get that fixed. I don't know what's going on with that, so I haven't been able to use that. And I think it's because like I said, because I moved and it's a different Wi-Fi now, and so I have to fix up my programs and everything. So yeah, as soon as I get all that situated, I'll be back on camera. Okay, girl, I will. I got you. North is going to be Kim's karma. She'll be anti. I think so. She's going to be against him. She's going to be telling it. She the one going to be telling it all. But see, that's another thing. If they don't get to her, right? If they had these seances and these rituals and things, won't even be her. She'll be a whole nother personality. She'll be a whole nother person. She won't be North. See, if they keep fucking with them candles, she won't be that North. So she won't be telling and exposing shit, because she'll be brainwashed, child. So, little bitty bull dagger. A little pit bull in the skirt. That's North, child. So, you guys, I'm getting ready to go. I have a quick errand to run, and then I'm going to come back and get into bed and just rest and drink me some fluids and stuff today. But the conscious community video, I have decided, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to do that live. We're going to do a deep dive. We will be on camera with that, because I got to get back to my camera. So we'll do that. We'll definitely be doing that for Coach, because Coach been patient. I'm so sorry, Coach. But we're going to get it. It's a lot of information, because it's a lot of connecting the dots. It's just not, conscious community. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of players in this. And the way where Nature Boy's ideas come from, it comes from someone else, but then he adds stuff to it. Brother Polite, same way. So I want to give you guys the basis, and to do that, I have to give you the education on those people that they get their shit from. It's like the 5%ers. Clarence 13X, they come from him. And he was some person that got kicked out of the Muslim mosque because he was a Muslim. He was a part of the FOI, the Fruit of Islam, like the Muslims that Malcolm X belonged to in the beginning. He was that, not a Sunni Muslim. He was a FOI Muslim. So he got kicked out of there, and because of, he says, because he found the truth, the lessons or whatever, hidden in the mosque, they kicked him out, which is not true. He wasn't living right or whatever, so they kicked his ass out. He went and started his own religion, which was the 5%ers. And from them, there's other little things that KRS-One, different people that come from there. So it's just a lot. So, I think I'm going to do it as a deep dive live, because a documentary, it's just a lot. So yeah, we're going to do it live. Our next installment of the Frighttober, I'm hoping to have that this weekend. It's going to be another true crime video. I have not decided what it's going to be about yet. It's two people that I'm trying to choose between. So we'll have that. And we definitely can't forget about our Tasha K documentary. I am almost finished wrapping that up, and we'll be airing that. So we have a lot of content coming. Just be on the lookout. All right, you guys. Now, the whole situation with subscribing and choosing all. When you subscribe, there are options that say just subscribe and none, and you don't get no notifications. But then it says all and personalized. You want to choose all, because that's when you're going to get the bell whenever I go live. If you choose personalized, YouTube is going to send you the notification that I'm live when you're on YouTube. The hours that they think that you're on YouTube. So you might not get my notification when I go live or when it's uploaded immediately. All right. So go back and look at your subscription, please, and be sure that you have all checked, not personalized, but all, so that you're notified as soon as we go live. Because my analytics say that only 13% of you have all chosen. Most of you have personalized. So we don't want that. We want all. Okay. So I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Kanye West, yay, whoever you are. If you're listening to this video, we don't care nothing about clean energy. We don't care nothing about room temperature food. We don't care nothing about these J's running the industry or the airwaves. We want to know what you did to Mama Donda. We want to know what sacrifices did you make, please, sir. We want to know about the blood sacrifices that go on in the industry. That's what we want you to tell us about, okay? Until then, we don't want to hear shit. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out, y'all. Bye.